Rangers, John Giannone, Anson Carter, Steve Valiquette. Hockey can be a maddening game sometimes, right? 24 hours ago, we sat here and said Rangers probably just stole 2 points. Well, tonight, they walk out thinking they'd get at least one. They get zero.
So that just evens things out, doesn't it? Right? And look, coaches, although it's tough to stay even keel over the course of a season, they're not measuring every game based on the result. You could see that in David Quinn last night and how he felt. They're always measuring the game, guys, on how it was played. This game wasn't played poorly. It could have really gone either way. Both teams played last night, and it showed. Was there a lot of stops and starts in the first period? Not really, right? It looked more like men's league than it did National Hockey League. But both teams got into this game slowly. I thought with Brendan Smith scoring, the energy that he brought, and then Georgiev being equally as good tonight as he was last night, I thought that was going to be enough. In the end, the Rangers lose. But guys, they've been playing like this for a few weeks now, where they've been on the right side of these games that could have gone either way many nights, and tonight, unfortunately, doesn't go their way.
You have to win these games, though. The games that maybe you're not supposed to win, like last night, that you win, you find a way. When you play the second game, the back-to-back, you have to find a way to get the additional 2 points, because you're talking about April and March, coming down the stretch, when things are going to be super tight in the Eastern Conference, these additional points matter. Yeah. The loss of this game tonight, it feels like someone just punched the Rangers right in the guts.
Yeah, this one hurts. These ones hurt. They sting.
And late goals sting even more, and that's what happened in this one. 1:07 remaining. Nate Thompson scores for the winner. You mentioned the Ranger goal. It came from Brendan Smith, and I had said during the game, I think it's going to be one of those goals that we're going to see at the end of this month when we look back at the best of December.
There's something about when a guy scores, especially on a breakaway for a guy that's not a goal scorer. There's something there that it does to the bench, the energy, and you could see it in Brendan Smith. Now, he sees this play, he sniffs it out, and he gets down ice very quickly and then makes the play. And look, that's a goal scorer's goal. You expect to see Panarin do that, Zibanejad, Buchnevich, but maybe not Brendan Smith, and that's what's extra exciting about it. And look, he gets to the bench afterwards, he gets to the iPad. Everybody's getting around because they're sending this to MSG Networks. They want Joe Viz, the Viz Master, to break it down. And that's exactly what happens.
I'm going to guess that's what happened.
Did just that. Brendan Smith comes down low to help out, but he realized he's caught way too low. So what does he do? He hustles to get to the point, and this causes Leskinen to fumble that puck. And then he's off the races. He's flying 20 miles an hour. He gets to the top of the circles, and he makes up his mind what he's going to do. And look at the leg pump right there. Rangers fans know this from Mark Messier back in the day. He gets Carey Price to bite down in his stomach. He goes top shelf backhand, and the celebration's the best. There's nothing better, whether you're a grinder, whether you're a goal scorer, to score on a breakaway, backhand, forehand, shelf, off the bar against a quality goaltender like Carey Price.
That's why I thought it was going to be that kind of night. Joe Beans, great viz.
Great stuff.
Brendan Smith's brother Riley was at the Garden a couple days ago, and he talked about how much they worked together in the summer. They worked out to keep each other in shape, but also Brendan Smith had an inkling he was going to be more a forward than a defenseman this year, and he really credited Riley for helping him on plays like that.
Well, he knew at the end of the season, year-end meetings, it was brought to his attention that he was going to be playing forward, and look, he had time to get ready for it, and like any smart hockey player, and give this guy credit, he's never sulked, he's never made a complaint. He wants to play in the National Hockey League, and for a lot of us, we don't play our last games in the National Hockey League. We play in Europe or in the American Hockey League, and he's done whatever it takes to fight and keep his ice time, and a credit to him for that. He's been a good influence,
everyone says it, though. Everyone says, I'll do whatever it takes to get to the show.
Not everybody is.
And once you get there, you want it to be done on your terms. Yeah. So you're right. He's doing it. Whatever it takes to stay in the league, you got to give him a lot of credit, because that's not easy. But talk about his brother, Riley Smith. When he came here with Vegas, he scored a similar kind of goal, forehand, backhand. So the brothers are obviously watching each other and having
And he had about a three-quarter ice breakaway, just like Brendan's with that. That's a good point. So it was 1-1 until late in the game, and then we saw Nate Thompson score with 1:07 left, and that was the game winner for Montreal on a night where you wondered what you'd get from Alexander Georgiev after 45 saves last night and such an enormous work ethic that he had to exert throughout those 60 minutes to win that game. The workload was huge. Tonight, not as much, but I thought Georgiev, again, was good.
He didn't look like he played last night or didn't have a busy night, and he had 47 shots. Now, even last night in the post game, I was surprised just by his face, guys. He looked like a guy that could do it again tonight. And then Montreal started off the wrong way, too. They were feeding him long shots, and he was standing up on them just like he did last night in Columbus, and he was feeding pucks into his body. I didn't expect this to be a night where he was going to have any trouble, and he didn't. He had a great game. This save on Domi early was awesome, and then this one here again on Domi. he had a lot of pressure on him where he had to come up big in quiet moments during this game when a lot of goalies have difficulty keeping their focus over long stretches when you didn't have a lot of action. That save on Danault was huge. I love the fact that he charged there and he came out and he took his ice and he said, beat me if you can. And he had a great save in the third period on that deflection. It was a sharp game for him. And at the end of the night, can he look in the mirror and say to himself, did I give my team a chance to win? Absolutely. And on back-to-back nights where he was really busy last night and being able to back it up again tonight, that goes a long way for his ability to still move forward, another step forward into the conversation. Can I play more minutes, stay healthy, and be consistent?
Well, coming to the game, my big question mark is, does he have the mental toughness to play back-to-back games? Can he bear down and not just mail it in and say, you know what, I had 47 saves, 47 shots on net last night. I'll take tonight's game off. But he was solid in tonight's game. If you want to be a number one netminder in the NHL, there'll be opportunities where you have to play back-to-back games. You've got no choice. I thought tonight he showed he's capable of doing it. He had that mental toughness. He could do it.
No, I was just going to say, one of the things that I think about often is goalies a lot of times after that first game, they're not expected to get the second one. And it's easy to say, I've done enough. And he didn't do that, and that's a credit to him and his mental fortitude.
Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens did play last night, but Carey Price did not, so he was rested coming into tonight. Had a good game, 29 saves, 30 shots for the Rangers. When you put 30 on goal and you don't score but one goal, oftentimes you'll sit and lament about what could have been, there should have been, or I had to have scored there. And maybe one guy more than any other who could do that is Chris Kreider, who's stuck at 6 goals this season, has 1 goal now in his last 11, but boy, he had opportunities.
If there's one player on the team that should have more goals than he does on the stat sheet, it's Chris Kreider, for the posts that he's had, the scoring opportunities that he had. And because he plays the physical game, too. I mean, he pays the price, and he's going to play the physical game to get himself more room out there, and he finds himself, with his scoring opportunities, generally tight to the net. So that's why his scoring chances that he does get are of high percentage value. And he missed a couple here, Anson, but all in all, he has a big night for the Rangers and another step forward for him as well.
He did. When I thought a lot of the Ranger players didn't have a step their game in tonight's hockey game, I thought he was one of the rare players that did have it. And you saw from that big hit to start the game off, he showed me that he was ready to play and he was going to be physically involved. He hasn't had any puck luck. That's been the biggest problem with Chris Kreider. He's been all around the net, getting opportunities, but you want to get maybe one off your butt, off a shin pad. Just get the little puck luck going your way, and eventually the pucks will start going in for you.
Yeah, he's got a run coming. Every goal scorer is a hot, heater, streaky guy. I mean, who's not streaky that's a scorer?
I used to hate when I'd hear people say, oh, you're a streaky goal scorer.
Everybody is.
If no one was streaky, they have 82 goals. Like, there's no way that no one cannot be streaky. It's the nature of the game. That's what happens.
Wayne Gretzky wasn't streaky. That's about it.
A little bit. I mean,
he'd have 2 a night instead of 5.
Exactly.
When
That's
he's going,
still streaky.
exactly.